Hey, I'm CDiinky. Alrighty guys, in today's video, we are just going to sit down and have a good old chat to talk about the staffs of Grounded. Now, I'm pretty sure all of us Grounded players can agree the staffs inside of Grounded are really fun to use. You have the Spicy Staff, which does an AoE and a burn with the Little Wizard mutation, the Fresh Staff that does a slow, sort of cone towards the enemies, the Sour Staff, which just has a massive ball of stun, which is really fun to use, and then we have the Ant Queen Scepter Staff, which we don't talk about the Ant Queen staff here. So if you were to have a choice to have a single staff inside of Grounded out of all these staffs, which staff would you pick? Go ahead and get your little finger and point on the screen or on your tablet or your TV, whatever. Pick the staff that you would like to have in Grounded. Now, I would like to say, and I'm not going to assume anything, but I'm going to think with my magical powers that at least 90% of you picked the Spicy Staff, as it is arguably the best staff inside of Grounded. Now, if you were able to get rid of one staff inside of Grounded, what staff would that be? Same thing, staffs on screen, just use your pointer finger, pick which one you want to get rid of, and yeah, I'm pretty sure we all agree the Mint staff is terrible. It's the worst staff inside of Grounded. Now, even though I just said to pick out the best and worst staff inside of the game, I doubt that any of you guys are actively using one of these staffs as your main weapon or your main source of damage, as there are so many other weapons that are easier to use and deal a lot more damage. So with that all being said, let's see if we can go ahead and change the dev's mind to see if they can either rework or buff the staffs inside of the game. Now, if you have been in the Grounded community Discord, you would have seen in the 1.4.7 forums, I posted the Candy Staffs rework / buff. Now, this rework is mainly for people who are in New Game Plus, as the staffs in New Game Plus drop off dramatically. The second you go into New Game Plus 1, all these staffs besides possibly the Spicy Staff and the Ant Queen Staff are just absolutely useless. Now, I'm going to show a few clips of me versing the Hedge Brewmiller with these staffs and using a staff build. The Hedge Brewmiller is always going to have the high defense modifier. All my weapons are going to be level 15, and the only armor I'm going to be rocking is the Sleek Wizard Hat for that more damage. And finally, I'm going to be rocking a Science Cone with the specific Mage effect on it, and also the Mage effect damage. So for example, if I'm using the Spicy weapon, I'm going to have the Spicy Mage effect and also Spicy Up Best, and so on for the rest of the build. Now, I do know that the Hedge Brewmiller is also resistant to the Fresh Attack, but this entire fight took me 3 minutes and a singular second. Now, this got me curious, and I want to see if I can do a faster time with using a different weapon but not changing anything up. It's going to be the same mutation, same armor, and same trinket, and that weapon is going to be the Rusty Spear down the Fresh Path at level 15, and the time it took, surprisingly, was 30 seconds faster, coming down to 2 minutes and 27 seconds. I then tried this out again with the Spicy build this time, and it came down to 1 minute 54, which makes sense considering the Hedge Brewmiller is weak to spicy damage. Now, you may be thinking why I'm using the Rusty Spear, and it's not because of the infection effect, it's because that the Hedge Brewmiller is also 50% resistant to stabbing damage, so if I somehow deal more damage than the staffs with the spear, which she's more resistant to, is kind of crazy. But no surprise here, it took me 3 minutes and 22 seconds with the Spicy Spear. Using the Sour Staff, the fight took me 2 minutes and 53 seconds. But surprisingly, while using the Sour Spear, the fight took me 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Now, I'm not going to deny that there is human error, perfect blocking and attacking slower and whatnot, but the times show that if you use a spear with no extra buffs, it's somehow better or the exact same as using a full mage build. Now, how can we make the mage build better? Well, we can start off by removing the perfect block timer. As you know, if you use a staff, you can't perfect block until the animation is over. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the Tiny Tidbits mod made by Apex Predator. If you want to check out the mod, it'll be down below in the description. This mod adds a bunch of stuff, and most importantly, it allows you to perfect block with the staffs. As you can see in the footage here, I can perfect block the second after casting with the staffs. This mod also buffs the Whittle Wizard mutation, so to keep things fair, I'm going to be removing the Whittle Wizard mutation from my loadout, so the only buffs I'm getting is from the Wizard Hat. With the modded Fresh Staff, I got a time of 1 minute and 19 seconds, which is 2 minutes faster than the base game. The modded Spicy Staff absolutely destroyed the Hedge Brewmiller with a time of 1 minute and 6, which is just under 1 minute faster than the base game. Using the modded Sour Staff, I got a time of 1 minute and 35 seconds, which is around about a minute and a half faster than the base game. So with this all being said, if we're able to block cancel with the candy staffs, we're going to get like so much more damage with the build, as we can just shoot as many projectiles as we possibly can if you know how to block cancel efficiently. And it's also going to minimize the risk using the staffs, as you do not need to like sit there and think, okay, do I have enough time to perfect block after shooting this? Now, I'm not a game dev, I don't know how hard it is to implement these changes, but if it can be changed for a mod, I'm pretty sure it can be changed for the base game as well. And now, one really nitpicky thing that I would really love to see inside of Grounded, especially in New Game Plus 4, is the infusion staffs. Allow us to have infused staffs by killing the Termite King. I believe if we have, I feel like I'm at a meeting or something, but anyway, I feel like if we have infused staffs, one, it's going to add more build diversity, as you can have just a solo staff build, and two, staffs in New Game Plus might actually be usable. And it makes sense considering all the weapons that are in normal game have an infused version, besides like some other like candy weapons. The bows are infused, the crossbows are infused, the axes, the boss weapons, heck, even hammers. No one uses hammers in New Game Plus and they're infused. So let's have infused staffs. And while recording, I was just thinking, considering that there are different variants of like the mint mace, the spicy katana, sour battle axe, can we get different variants of the staffs? Let's have a mint version of the spicy staff. Let's have a sour version of the mint staff. Like, that sort of stuff would be really fun to have and would make sense considering it's an alternate universe and it uses alternate candies. Well, let's come back down to earth. It's probably not going to happen considering there's going to be no major content updates to Grounded anymore, but possibly in Grounded 2, if that's ever going to happen. I would love to see these changes. But that is going to be the end of today's video, guys. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and heck, even comment down your feelings about what you think about these staff changes, or even possibly in the next Grounded game. Wink, wink, if that's ever going to be coming. And also a massive thank you to my channel members, especially my tier 3 members, Coco, Abby the Cute Cat Gamer, Idiot Plays, and the Stitchman. I appreciate you guys a lot. And with that said, guys, I will catch you guys in the next video.